Hey guys, Kakato97 again. This time with a review of the 100 scale Hardygun from the Solid Formula F91 series. It is an upgrade of the old heavy gun, so let's see if it is also an upgrade in terms of model kit design. Starting off with the colors, we have a very dark blue for the body, shoulders here, and various bits and pieces. And we've got a lot of white on the machine going on. And then for some other pieces, the thrusters here, the backpack, the joints for his knees, we have a nice metallic-ish gray, which is actually very similar to what they're using on the Gundam Seed remasters. So a nice metallic shine to it. And then finally we also have a very nice clear green visor. Those are all the colors we've got, so that means that all the other colors you see are stickers, and we actually get a lot of them. So yeah, let's go over them. We have the blue here on his ears / antennas, which actually stays on remarkably well. I really would have thought that those would peel off in seconds, but no, they actually stay really well. Then we have the red on the jewel, the chin, the cockpit, the grenades here, and on both of his knees. Though only on the front. There are no stickers on the back, which is quite a bit of a shame. So by the amount of red they're using, well, they might just as well have included a runner of red. I mean, these stickers, well, let's be honest, on the grenades, they don't look that great. It's just a little bit on the front. And also, another problem is, you see that there's a little bit of detail on it, like some black and yellow. Unfortunately, that is not molded in. So even if you were to paint these, let's say that it's pretty much impossible to get the black and the yellow detail on there correctly unless you're a little bit more of an advanced modeler, or maybe even somewhat of an expert, because if you're just the average model kit builder, even if you're good at painting, you're not going to be able to get that detail in there. Unless you're just going to cut it out and, well, yeah, just stick it on there. Still a little bit of a shame. They really should have molded that into the plastic. Then other stickers we get are the blue ones on the sides. And also what they did really well, just as with the Vigna Zera, there's actually a sticker on the inside, because when you peel off these stickers, the inside is a nice metallic color, and that really gives it a badass shiny feel to it. Because when I bring in the heavy gun, their visors are actually the same color, but this is just, well, a bit dark, a bit dull. But when you look at this, it's got a really cool shiny finish, and it actually adds a lot more depth to it. Unlike this, well, yeah, it's a hollow piece of plastic, whereas this, it actually makes it look more metallic. Also makes it look more realistic, also more substantial. It's not like it's just a hollow piece in there. It really gives a feeling that there's actually something behind it, something machinery related. Then other stickers we're getting, the black ones here, also got the same ones on the back. Then, yeah, there should also be two here, but I haven't applied them yet. I thought, well, those fans look pretty good already. Then we got the yellow ones in here, of course, also on the other side. And then that's about it for all the stickers I applied. Also got, oh yeah, the gray ones here, gray ones here. I think I've mentioned them, and that's about everything that I've applied. But we also get a few more. This one here for the cannon. And then we get a giant sheet of marking stickers, even though some of the stickers could have also been on this sheet. The red here, these triangles, which should go on the backs of his elbows. And then other than that, we get a few, I'm gonna say that those are insignias, and the number 2, and various other warning symbols. Be careful, beam rifles shoot beams, guns shoot bullets, and rockets, well, they might get quite hot. The usual stuff. Then onto articulation. The head goes up very nicely, down and also rotates around. Now the head is on a hinge, so it will not go side to side, a little bit unfortunate, but that is what you got at the time. Then the arms will rotate around all the way as usual, go out nicely like so, not quite 90 degrees. Rotate around above the elbow, bend at the elbow, and well, not quite 90 degrees. I'd say that that's about 45 degrees perhaps. Then the hands wiggle around, turn around. And these are kind of the prototypes for the G Gundam and the Gundam Wing and the Gundam X hands. They're slightly smaller, of course, because these machines are smaller and also look a little bit different, but they function exactly the same. The thumb isn't going anywhere, bottom 3 fingers are molded together, and then we have 1 trigger finger hand, and they are all on hinges. The question is, do they wear out as fast as those hands? Well, yes and no. It really seems to be hit and miss with these hands, and also their weapons aren't nearly as heavy as the ones we usually get with the Gundam Wing kits. And then the waist, if you extend it, actually has quite some significant forwards and whoops. So when you extend it a little bit, goes a little bit forwards and backwards, which is a really nice thing, and then also rotates around all the way, if you can prevent it from popping out, of course. Then the legs, they go forward nicely like so. And, well, if you're willing to force it, well, I'll get into that a little bit later on. Backwards about that far. Out quite nicely like so. Then the knees, and this is the best part of it. Look at those knees. That is a giant improvement over the heavy gun. And I think that other than the F91 itself, none of the F91 kits could do this. So we're really seeing some giant improvement here. Then the feet go forwards, backwards, side to side, and we'll also rotate a little bit. So as far as the articulation goes, especially when we consider the model kit series that came before it, the F91s, it's got some really solid articulation going on. Those knees are a well-needed improvement. And if you're willing to force the skirt a little bit up, you can even get him into a kneeling pose. Like I said, you have to force it a little bit, and sometimes it won't pop out. But yeah, you can eventually get him into a convincing kneeling pose. And that is also why there are a few stretch marks on this. I might have tried it, and I might have put him in that position for a long period of time. So yeah, that's all for the articulation. And now we're going to take a look at the accessories, because those are equally impressive. Starting off with this very cool back-mounted cannon. So it's on a hinge here, and then it swivels around at the top. That means we can rotate around and then have it like so. And this cannon looks really nice. Gives the Hardygun a lot more firepower than the heavy gun. Just open up the hand a little bit. Of course, it can't really hold it, but he can pretend to hold it. And then, talking about accessories, let's have another look at an accessory that's on the machine, the grenades. Unfortunately, just like the stickers, the grenades themselves are a disappointment. Not only are they not individually molded, they're actually molded onto the rack. That is just absolutely inexcusable. I can understand that they would want to mold the grenades together to, I don't know, make sure that they stick on there, but just molding them onto the rack, that is absolute insane. Why? That's just a really stupid choice, and definitely one of the biggest problems of this kit, which, well, when we consider that's one of the biggest problems, might not be too bad. But yeah, the grenades, really big bummer. Talking about bummers, here's the shield. Essentially a white slab of plastic. But fear not, there is color separation on the back. Why couldn't they just put the color separation on the front? I mean, I think everyone would have preferred if this was white and these parts were blue. I mean, come on, if we're gonna improve on things, why not the shield? But then again, Hardygun had the same problem, so, well, that's a thing. Also, pegs on here, and it pegs onto either arm. There we go. Of course, it will rotate, and like I said, will go on either of the arms. So yeah, unfortunately, it does look a little bit too white to look really good. And if you're gonna display it, you might want to have them, yeah, be a little bit more leaning to the left so that it shows the inside rather than the outside. But that's not all for accessories. You still got a few good ones left. We have the beam rifle, which is actually identical to the one you get with the Hardygun. Identical even down to the little storage peg here. Unfortunately, when we turn it around, there's no storage on the back. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Actually, it would have been cool if they had a similar storage rack to the Hardygun. But yeah, they decided not to. Also, this little handle isn't going anywhere. Just put it in the hand. And it does go in there really securely. Also because it of course doesn't really weigh a lot, it's definitely not gonna stretch the hands. And so that's a really nice thing. And then the final two accessories are for the beam sabers. And as you can see, this one was in there quite securely. Now, oops, unfortunately, as you can see, there's nothing in there. So that means we do get a spare one. Just gonna put that back in there. And it's in there really, really tight. And of course, since that is just a solid piece, that means we're gonna get another beam. But just like all of the beams from then, it's a solid piece of plastic. But like I said, all the model kits from that time had solid beam sabers, so we can't be too disappointed. I guess we should be happy that we're even getting one, because the Hardygun didn't come with one. And so yeah. And as you can see, it fits into the hand perfectly, isn't going anywhere, so even though it's a solid thing, it's at least a solid thing that does the job. There we go. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And for 1,000 yen, it's an absolute yes. Especially when we put in the Hardygun here, which retails for 800 yen. Yeah, for 200 yen more, you're getting a significant update. I mean, we've got a much cooler visor, we've got better color separation, like you get on the feet. This here is a sticker, whereas this is actual white plastic. We get a lot more accessories. We get the extra cannon, we get the extra beams, then we get better knee articulation. So essentially, most of the problems I had with the Hardygun are fixed on the Hardygun. Of course, we have the grenades, which are extremely unfortunate. And we've also got the shield, but other than that, everything is great on this kit. Then we get a lot of stickers, and oh yeah, unlike the F91 models, these are actual peel-off stickers, so I can only assume that Bandai decided that people prefer peel-off stickers over the old water slide decals. So, like it or hate it, that's entirely up to you. But for 1,000 yen, given the amount of accessories you get, given the articulation, given everything, this is just a fantastic deal. And I might just say that this could probably be one of the best deals from this time frame. For 1,000 yen, you can't really get a lot more than this. Got some nice accessories going on, and it just looks really, really good. And then to wrap it up with a few size comparisons, here he is next to the Hardygun, then the Vigna Zera. And as you can see, it's a pretty sizable machine for its time, but that still doesn't mean that the F91 models or the Silhouette F91 models are big. Here he is next to a standard sized 1/100 scale Jim Kai, and you can see that they're still pretty small, which also of course helps the price. But I gotta say, these two models that are 1,000 yen are really, really great. Well, that's all for this review, and see you guys next time.